Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for July. While I am still basking in your full moon energy, I'm gonna tune in for you guys. So, what I'm sensing is a little bit of a restlessness, but also slight excitement as well. And I felt that as well with the Cancerian energy. So I don't know, we are each other's opposite after all. So it's a thing. This month, and I've been feeling that during the July readings up so far that I've done, it's like, yes, we are talking about July, of course, but there are so many major events that take place in the month of July that it just is the beginning of a more long-term period and more long-term shifts and changes that will take place. The North Node will shift on July 12th. I'm pretty sure you guys picked up on that by now. And for my Capricorn risings, the North Node is moving into your 4th house and the South Node into your 10th. So overall, this energy of, really more focused on what do I want to achieve when it comes to my career, or what do I want to change there, your daily routines, and just putting in the work in your health and your workout routines and all of that, applying more discipline, Saturn energy there, which is all good. I just feel that there's a side to your life that maybe has had to be put a little bit on the back burner, or when you have a day off, you have some time instead of making a day off for it. Like that's different. And I am sensing that there might have been a little bit more space before from that, from that area in your life. So the people, maybe, the home that you come home to and who is in that home, the physical home, or the home within, so who's in your heart and the people that are close to you. I feel like maybe you might notice a little bit more that people are trying to reach you and trying to actually connect to you on a deeper level, and that also becomes more important to you from July moving onwards, because that North Node will stay there for like around 18 months, so it will be like a year and a half that I feel like there's a lot of growth coming. So card just fell down. It's been up there for months and it just fell down. So I think that I have to like sort of add it to your reading. It's a child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. So it is really about connecting to something within, because that's also how I felt like the moment I say like that physical home you come home to, but it's also the physical home you take everywhere, which is your heart, and your inner sense of self, your center. So cleaning house, what I'm hearing, and it also has to do with your emotional home, your emotional body. So more meaningful experiences, more taking on a little bit of a slower pace to really take time to enjoy. Like when you have a day off and you really go out and you have a nice experience, just try to really take that day, instead of when you come back and you just check up on some messages, or you just quickly get that text message in. No, it's like really taking a moment to take a moment, and that becomes more comes more to the forefront for you guys. We have a time to give rather than take, a time to give back to yourself rather to take from yourself. That's what I'm feeling. Sometimes it has a different meaning, but that's what I'm feeling very strongly. It's like it's to give back to yourself, take something back in order to take it from yourself. The new moon in Virgo, which is coming up in like 2 months, so she's coming sooner than you might think. Okay, this deck is done. Doesn't want to come out anymore. It's not been very talkative. Like after that full moon took place yesterday, it just became very calm. So I think you guys might be the last one I'm using this deck with. We'll see. Two of emotion, 10 of thoughts. So it says a relationship grows closer as two people fall in love. A current relationship grows much stronger. Friendships may deepen into a spiritual connection. Mutual respect and understanding exist or will develop. Do not give up on relationships that feel challenging to you. There is still hope. Beautiful. So that really does indicate that fourth house energy and that work that comes with that, but also the opportunities that flow there. Like you can really deepen your bonds and your connections, because not only are the people around you more open for it and you're attracting those type of experiences, you by yourself also feel more in need, an energetic need to explore that, to invest there. And that by itself gives the opportunity, if both parties shows up, willingness, in energy of willingness, it gives this opportunity to really grow deeper. So it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, it could also definitely be a friendship that just grows deeper, and it becomes more, like they're saying, spiritual, but there's this deeper bond. And so energetically, you're capable of connecting on a deeper level, and that might by itself set you up for attracting a really beautiful deep connection on relationship base. So you have 10 of thoughts as well, which is a 10 of swords. It says a situation that's been troubling you has come to an end, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. With the challenging times behind you, you can now move on. It's important to fully let go at this juncture. Someone in your life may now finally be free or his or her addictions of codependent issues. Okay. Very strong messages coming through, Capricorn. And you have the time. That's something that I got with Sagittarius very strongly as well. You might be a Sag, Capricorn cusp. You have this time. That's the thing with this North Node energy. It doesn't have to be fixed quick. It's not about that. It's about opening up to it and allowing things to flow in and allowing to flow with that new stream, with that new energy. And you will have time to adjust, but also to start to reap the benefits from it energetically. So you have the time. That's the thing. Here's also something that comes up and it shows an energy for 2 months away. So understand you have time would give you this space that you need in order to not run or block or remove. It's just like, okay, I'm just getting to know it. Like go into an open house and just really taking your time with looking at all the rooms and looking out of the windows. What do you see? How do you feel about it? What could you envision a room to look like? Is it something that what would you like to change? Change. Is that a possibility? It's like, really taking your time with just taking a closer look. And if you do that and you take your time, you're not rushing any processes like that, you will actually find yourself much deeper connected to something than if you would rush right through it. Like, let's just get it over with. Like getting to know someone before you really maybe talk for 4 or 5 weeks. Really getting to know a person on a deeper level, and then maybe creating a moment to see each other and spend a moment in each other's presence. But you first get to know, you first feel like, okay, I can still always run if I want to, but I'm not afraid to explore. Like, let's just have a look without putting any boundaries or limitations around it instantly of if it goes too quickly, I can still run, You have the 6 of Pentacles. Once again, it's that giving and that taking and that needing to be balanced. So maybe you've been really focused on your career and people in your surrounding kind of been, having your back and, I don't know, watch your kids for you or whatever, And then maybe now it's time that they deserve to be a little bit taken care of. Or this could be vice versa, once again. So it's it is more about restructuring a balance based on the situation changing and more space is being created there. That's why it's the timing. You have the Strength card. Beautiful. overcoming the fear of having that balanced, equal give and take. Beautiful Ace of Cups. Some of you really are so independent that you are afraid to really just lean on someone. You know, like organizing a party and then having one task and then being, you know, the success of the party basically also lays in other people's hands and having a little bit of an issue with that maybe. But these are beautiful cards, Capricorn. It shows you like, because you have broken through a couple of fear-based walls, you're now capable of overcoming obstacles and having a different viewpoint and being able to really look at things differently. And with this Ace of Cups as well, it's like it's overflowing. All the ingredients were there, but it's just, you know, it has to be applied in such a way, like cooking a bread or whatever. Like if you mix up the ingredients and you apply things first instead of, you know, the other way around, you ended up with all the right ingredients but not the right appliance of it, and so the result wasn't what you wished to be, what it could have been if the way to apply it and the way you used the thing and the ingredients, you know, would have been different. So I'm really understanding that it's not necessarily about changing everything. It's just like more like, okay, how do we approach things? And that by itself brings about so much different energies. Could be the same friend, but could have a different, completely different, you know, deeper layer to it. Could be the same partner, but being able to really work through a couple of obstacles and actually approaching this from a fresh perspective. So then by itself, it feels like something new and exciting, and healing, but it is still by itself sort of the same situation. It's just the circumstances change. So the Seven of Wands, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups. It's like understanding that what makes your heart feel fulfilled, what is important to you, what do you love, who do you love, what are you passionate about, what gets you up in the morning, how to approach things from a open-hearted perspective, how to not always be on guard or always fighting for something, sort of just flowing with things, co-creating is what I'm getting. So the Queen of Cups, yeah, definitely beautiful, and it's the first time she shows up. She's kind of just hiding in the back, and you have such amazing cards already, but they're letting you know that it's not who or what, it's about how you approach it, how you have those conversations, how you make time. Because that's really strongly what I'm getting. Like the same thing happened, I think, with Capricorn's reading. It's like the Seven of Wands came out and then the Page of Wands came out, and I did shuffle the deck very well. They came out together once again. It shows you it's the same one, it's just a different approach. You see, he's using it to like back off all of this, and then she is actually using it as a, you know, foundation of something completely new. It's the way you use it and apply it that will bring about this emotional fulfillment. Because you have all the ingredients. That's what I'm hearing. The Three of Swords with Justice. You know, it's the ending of a cycle. It's balancing out the scales of situations where you may not felt in control, but that's not the situation anymore. Like you are way more in control than you might think. But it's not true forcing the control to happen, not to limit it and then hold it, pressure on it. There's no need for pressure. It's just about the flowing of it all. Allowing things to just take place as they're supposed to. This balanced energy is very important. It's all about how do I bring equalness here? How do I put it back in balance? Eight of Swords. How do you get yourself unstuck? How How do you look at it differently so it doesn't feel like a trap, or it doesn't feel like you're trapped? It kind of feels like, oh, yeah, if I look at it this way, it does seem that way, but I also see that this and that and that and that actually holds so much potential. Actually, if I would maybe mix this up and do this differently, then I might actually have a really, like, a lot of opportunity. With that Knight of Swords, it's like, it's about how you approach it. You know, it's, for example, having anxiety that, you know, in some way, shape, form, we can sort of control, but there's also a part of it that we just don't control. It's our nervous system. Like, it's just, obviously we can do things to lessen it or make sure that we don't go in overdrive or whatever shape, form, but a part of that anxiety is just, you know, there is a part there that you can't control. That's the whole issue, you know. And with this as well, it's like, you know what, yes, I am dealing with this sword, but I'm going to use it to get what I want. I'm going to free myself. See how determined he is? I'm going to cut that rope. I'm going to free myself. So your masculine might show up for your feminine, and your feminine finally feels a little bit free again. Maybe your masculine being really dominating, like dominant, but it's freeing itself. The same here with that wand, with that 7 of Wands and that Page of Wands. It's like, okay, I have this thing and I've been using it kind of against myself, but it may have could hold a different purpose. And it's the same with the swords. It's like the sword's kind of been keeping you trapped, but maybe there's another way for it to actually serve you. It's the way you look at it. Sometimes it's the way we approach it. Queen of Swords here as well. Yep. And the Tower. There she is. Sudden change. Sudden shift. Gonna have to understand that this is not a straight line. This is one day you're in the flow, the other day you're in the opposite of the stream, and you kind of been taken under. And it's a journey. Once again, like I said, it's gonna take time, but take the time because you have the time. You know, the 6 of Wands is here, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. It's just, it's a pattern. It's a pattern, and this pattern is just, it's deeper healing, Capricorn. This is not something you just fix overnight, and I'm just gonna be honest. This is consistency and work and showing up and wanting to see those changes. Oh, there's someone hiding underneath it. The King of Wands. This is deep work. So that by itself is the message. Yeah, it's deep healing work, and it will definitely take you places, but it all has the same result, regardless if we make it harder on ourselves and we add a little bit more to heal and we go another round of that cycle. It's okay, because like I said, you have the time, but you definitely can free yourself, and the end result, the end destination is victory. You will have victory over this situation. Your victory first and foremost because you free yourself, but then you also have gained so much knowledge and tools from growing and going through those situations on the other side of the scale. So eventually it will serve you no matter what. But this is a tough cookie is what I'm hearing. Like, it's a tough one. It's not easy to work through certain cycles when it comes to being a Capricorn. Like, you don't get the most easy package deal when it comes to healing self-sabotaging behavior and traumas and things like that. It is deep rooted, but it doesn't mean it's not this the roots, right, and a root system, and they go deep. Just because they're observing, stuff that isn't healing for the tree doesn't mean that the system doesn't work. It's just what it observes, what it observes. Yes, that is what's changing. So the same root system, the same thing. It's just what comes through this root system up, and it's nurturing to the tree, and so the tree can flourish. It was never about removing the tree and removing all the, root system basically, and then making sure that doesn't have to come through a major shift, a major change of a completely different life. But what the shift that happens is major. So it's a matter of perspective, and it's a little bit going back and forth, but I am seeing like a lot of helpful people come in on this journey with you, and you're allowing them in more. So this is just very specific reading, Capricorn. So I hope my next one will be a little bit less, on that, but it's just a message that needed to find someone. Don't underestimate that things can actually quickly look up. This is not what I was just talking about, right? Those cycles and things like that. That's not something new. That's something you already have been living. Like you've lived it before, or you're living it now, or you're living it now and then. It's something that is nothing new. I'm just showing you like, hey, there's still a wound beneath this band-aid, and let's just see if removing the band-aid and actually giving it some air and some sunlight and an opportunity to actually heal. Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Go back to Earth. Stay grounded. Connect with nature. It's a very specific message for you guys. Be mindful of the planet. Be mindful of Earth. Earth is home. Be mindful of your home. It can be as simple as environmental issues, yes, but it can also be deeper, like be mindful of the earth, be mindful of your true essence, be mindful of who you truly are, the being you are, a being of the earth. Be mindful of that. Come back to earth and stay grounded. Because these swords way too much in your head space. The rooting happens in the roots, in the root system, in the ground. One more card, please, for Capricorn. It says transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. All right, so you will download more and more knowledge and understanding that those steps that you can't see right now, and that's why maybe you have a certain viewpoint of your situation, of something changing. It's because you just haven't been given the answers yet. Certain things haven't changed yet. Certain circumstances haven't shifted yet. So to see beyond what you're seeing is hard. But they're saying like, listen, like, we will show you, and we have time. Okay. Wow, Capricorn, that was your reading for July. I hope that it was helpful for someone. I'll be back soon. I'm going to celebrate my birthday first and foremost this weekend. So I really wanted to get these readings out to you guys before then. So I still have a couple to do, so I'm going to move forward to the next one. But thank you, Capricorn. I really, truly, truly appreciate you guys. And I'll be back soon. All right. Bye, Cap. Bye.